Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. By now you all know me, but if not, my name's Mario. I put out videos primarily on clinical research, on occasion on personal finance, and one day I hope to put out some travel videos. In today's video, I'm just going to hop onto Reddit, answer 5 questions from the Clinical Research Forum. I've been doing the series. This is my third video where I just hop onto Reddit. This is what I do at this time anyway. I normally try and answer questions. So before I do that, I want to remind you to please smash that like button and to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. All right, without further ado, let's hop on to Reddit. All right, question number 1, CRA check-in. Hey, question to my fellow CRAs. How are you finding work at the moment? Good, bad, or burnout? Mine is okay. I have an audit coming up though. All right, I guess that's a good start. I have a whole channel on clinical research. I love being a CRA. I get to mentor younger CRAs. I get to work with sites, and I work in oncology, which I'm obviously biased here, but is a great area to work in. The trials are interesting. The sites are mostly good, and oncology has its own challenges, but I thoroughly enjoy it. I've really enjoyed being a CRA, and I guess this is my 13th year as a CRA, so I feel like if I didn't actually like it, I would have long left the field. All right. I also probably wouldn't have started a YouTube channel, to come to think of it, on primarily clinical research. So, all right. So that's all I have to say on how things are going currently. They're going splendid. Let me get on to the next question here. Question number 2, RA to CRC2. All right. I was offered a huge opportunity to work at a major research organization as a CRC2, but I'm unsure because I've only been an RA for 2 years. I applied because why not, but was surprised to actually get an interview. Then 3 interviews later, was shocked and overwhelmed to get an offer. I'm generally confused and concerned though, because despite them seeing my resume and us having tons of conversations about my current experience level, I don't understand why they'd select me. It's a little bit of self-doubt there. All right. Yes, I admit I've worked on cool trials and have a ton of outreach experience. So maybe this is a rare case of employer wanting to take a chance and help the candidate grow. And they did say they'd do extensive training with me, but is that going to be enough? I just don't want to set myself up for failure or take this from someone else who might be way more qualified. Would love to be reassured that this is at all normal in this field to make such a huge jump up the ladder. All right, couple of things. First, I actually don't think this is a humongous jump up the ladder. Research assistant to CRC2 seems like a logical jump to me. To add to that, they've had a lot of conversations. They're familiar with the experience. They've said that they have training to fill in the gaps. I think this is all normal. Congratulations on the position. I don't think you'll have any issues. You may have a little bit of transition anxiety from one job to another. Nervousness is normal. But I don't think you'll have any issues with the job itself. Just know if you were doing outreach, you probably had a ton of patient contact, and you won't have as much as a clinical research coordinator too. If you want to reach out and you're watching this, feel free to comment, and I will try and help you with any questions along the way. So again, congratulations. This is a good jump, and hopefully you like your new role. All right, so let's see. On to question number 3. So just scrolling here. All right, CRC or switch to a different career, please help. Okay. Hi, I received an offer to be an oncology CRC role at a well-known academic institution. I'm having doubts on whether I can handle the responsibilities since the consensus seems to be that CRCs are overworked and understaffed. I've been a CRC for non-therapeutic studies. Pace is different, but still intense. I'm moving to oncology because the salary is almost twice my current pay, and I feel that I could apply a lot of my skills there. However, I'm in a fragile state of mind after telling my current supervisor about my resignation. He said he wished he fired me, and I'll really find out how difficult the workload will be in oncology. All right, highly considering a gap for a few months to consider my future career path. Unfortunately, I've lost a possible reference since my current supervisor is too upset about me leaving and will likely hold a grudge. Should I just take the offer and trust myself that I can fake it till I make it? Or is it time to consider a career change? Any advice would be welcome. All right. I don't know why, but there's a lot of self doubt in these threads today, so that I've picked up on. Take the oncology CRC job. This is coming from somebody that was an oncology CRC for 3 years and has 12 plus in my 13th year of monitoring oncology. I don't think oncology is that crazy. If you have some research experience, you'll be able to fill in the gaps. Yes, you will have to learn oncology, you'll have to learn terminology. If you're doing therapeutic studies, you'll have to learn things like RECIST and what goes into oncology, and there is a ton that goes into oncology. And yes, I think it's fair to say that CRCs in general are overworked and understaffed. That is going to be accurate in most major academic institutions. But the experience is well worth it. In your situation, this is coming with double the pay as well. I'm not usually a huge fan of taking positions just for the money, but in this particular case, it's not just the money, it's also a better experience getting oncology and more therapeutic experience, because you said you worked for non-therapeutic studies. The pace is going to be different. Oncology is going to be harder than what you've done in the past, but I wouldn't hesitate. You'll fill in the gap. And I'm really sorry that you have a supervisor that's not supportive. I'm surprised that somebody once you put in a resignation says, "I wish I'd fired you." That's yeah, it's probably good you're about to leave that place. That's all I'll say on that. All right, so I'm gonna continue on here for two more questions as they catch my eye. Career guidance. All right. I have a bachelor's degree in pharmacy from India and job experience as a pharmacy technician for over a year. Is it enough to get into clinical research or basically in healthcare? I was thinking to do clinical research fast track, but the tuition throws me off. Thanks. Um, I think you have enough experience. I would just apply and see what you can get. You will probably want some CRC experience, apply to the clinical research coordinator roles. You should be able to get something and then you can grow your career from there. I think that's my general advice for that. All right, so I'm going to continue on here looking for my final questions. So looking for something good. And so far not finding it, but I will continue to scroll here for my final question. Okay, so I don't know. Oh, my first IMV is in a couple of hours. Any last minute advice? This advice is probably coming too late. I'm going to guess this was posted 15 hours ago, but I think this is a good place to end. So let me talk about what you should do before your interim monitoring visit. I have put out videos on the pre-study visit, on the site selection visit, both an overview and a detailed video. So let me talk about the interim monitoring visit. What should you do? You've never been a CRA, you're going into your first IMV, you have several hours to prep, and what are the things you should have in order? So, in order of importance, in my mind, the first thing you should do is read the prior visit report. If this is the first interim monitoring visit, read the site initiation visit report. If this is one of several monitoring visits in, read the prior interim monitoring visit report. That is what you should do first. Get a sense of the site, and I think that the visit report's a perfect place to get a sense of the site. The next thing you should do is hop into the electronic data capture or EDC system. Look for missing data, look for queries that are open but not answered, put them into an email, send it to the site and say, hey, I look forward to the upcoming monitoring visit. As I was doing my prep for the visit, I noticed that these are a couple of things that are outstanding, and if you could address them before I get on site, I'd appreciate it. So review the EDC, look at the queries that are open and not answered, look for missing pages, and communicate that to the site. So Next, I would look at the TMF and see if there are any glaring missing documents that need to be collected, or maybe the site has had a PI change and now you need updated CVs, medical licenses, financial disclosures for the new PI, updated Form 1572, etc. So whatever goes into a PI change, you'll need to make sure you get all those documents. But I would be looking out for anything like that where, oh, I need to collect all these documents at the visit. The other thing is investigational product. If you are using an IVRS, IWRS system, it's always helpful to download the reports in advance to know what's on site and what needs to be done. So what inventory has gone to the site. Once you're there, you can see what has been dispensed and then destroy IP on site or send it back according to whatever procedure you're following. I think those are really the main things I'd hit on. There's a lot more you could potentially do, but if you've read the visit report, if you looked at EDC, if you've done regulatory, and if you've looked at the pharmacy or IVRS, IWRS system, you're well on your way to a successful visit. The other thing that I would strongly recommend at your first IMV is to meet with the principal investigator. Communicate to the site and tell them, hey, I would really like a meeting with the principal investigator. This is going to be key to establishing a relationship with the investigator. You're not going to have a ton of stuff to say to the principal investigator at the first visit. I like to introduce myself and my background. So I'll be giving a brief intro. Hi, I'm your new CRA. I have worked in clinical research for over 15 years. I have all my experience in oncology. I've been monitoring my 13th year, and I look forward to being the monitor for your site. I love clinical research, and I'm really excited to collaborate with you on the project. And I will be trying to meet with you at least every other visit. And I'll go over all the open action items and make sure to keep you informed of the study status throughout. I think having a conversation like that up front sets the stage. You know, the PI knows you're going to try to meet with them every other visit. They know what you're going to be discussing, and just having that conversation at the first visit is great. And then going from there, you can continue to build that relationship. All right, so those are my answers to the Reddit questions. If you have other questions, feel free to list them down in the comments. And I think I mentioned in my last video, and I didn't get much feedback, but if you're watching this, I'd appreciate if you can let me know how you found my channel. That would be super helpful to me as I continue to grow. I'm also going to try and put out a new interview video. I know that is my most watched YouTube video. Ironically, it's also my first YouTube video in horrible lighting and not great camera work. But I think that content is how some people are finding me, typing in CRA interview. And I haven't done one on STAR questions and some of the other more intricate things that go into the clinical research interviewing. All right, so that's all I have for today. Thank you for your support. A quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Until next time, have a great day. Thank you.